Namaste, India. Let's talk of tech growth in India in the past few years. As per Gartner, which is a global research firm, the pandemic has accelerated digitization in India. The information technology in India is expected to reach a total of $93 billion, which is an increase of 7.3% from 2020. Also, India ranks amongst top 15 nations in information and communication technology and R&D intensive global companies. Do you know, under the Union Budget 2021, the government announced allocation of $2.20 billion to the Ministry of Science and Technology, which says a lot about impetus being given to this field. In fact, India also initiated a landmark policy called Science, Technology and Innovation Policy 2020. With core vision of being decentralized, evidence-informed, bottom-up, expert-driven and inclusive. I asked myself a question the other day. Is India a high-tech country? Well, I know it is the youngest country with a vibrant startup ecosystem. Well, the third largest ecosystem to be precise. I also know we have complex problems which are very unique to our country. We have multiple languages, bandwidth issues, illiteracy rates are higher, we have strong biases on gender, caste, communism, the economical divides in our country are very high. Most of our population lives in rural India. In spite of all that, we have 624 million internet users in India and we have 448 million social media users in India. Well, that's not even the population of America. Well, that means that we're truly high on technology, if not high tech. We've currently positioned ourselves as the tech garage of the world. And let me tell you, every big enterprise started in a garage. Let us do PEST analysis, considering Tech India as a commercial entity. Let's do a PEST analysis of a country called Bharat, where Tech India stays, to see how can Tech India flourish technologically and can go up by leaps and bounds. But before that, what is PEST analysis? PEST is an acronym in which each letter denotes certain factors. P stands for political factors, E stands for economic factors, S has to do with social factors in a country, while T sums up the technological aspects of the market. Let's look at the political factors in which Tech India belongs. Tech India belongs to the largest democracy in the world, which enjoys a relatively stable political environment with the youngest skilled population and the highest concentration of software engineers. However, a major area of concern is corruption. It badly affects Bharat's business and political environment, posing a challenge to country's economic growth. Then what does Tech India have to do if that is what Bharat it is in? Tech India needs to make its policies on digital very clear and concise. It needs to increasingly upgrade the education given in engineering colleges, introducing new technologies such as robotics, artificial intelligence, augmented reality, etc. Let the engineering and technology colleges of Tech India be providing innovative and industry-based learning instead of theoretical learning. There also need to be stricter laws around skilled IT resources to manage factors like minimum wages, increments, job hopping by resources, poaching of resources, minimum commitment to an organization which is employing them. There needs to be a stricter law around all that. Tech India also needs to create its own productivity metrics for IT resources, which when enforced and enhanced will ensure high productivity at all times. Considering sensitive borders of the country, the youth of the border area need to be involved in technological trainings and jobs to avoid being misled by certain people for their political gains. Tech India as an entity needs to keep an eye on drain of high-skilled software professionals, increase nationalism, increase patriotism amongst its younger generation and retain them for Tech India's growth. So that was to do with the political factors. What are economic factors of Bharat which will then change the way Tech India looks at its own entity? Bharat is one of the largest economies in the world in terms of nominal GDP. However, consumer demand has weakened recently, causing a slowdown in economy. Bharat's tax rate is much lower compared to other countries, and this is attractive for foreign investments. Then what does Tech India need to do? Tech India needs to be more and more citizen and customer centric, creating digital channels for grievances, feedback to enhance citizen experience and hence its trust in establishments. There needs to be technology to reach out to every citizen. Create job opportunities in the technology sector for rural India using vernacular as a medium for education. Create popularity for the brand Tech India, inviting skilled resources and talents from other countries. Target to sell superior quality SaaS model technology product to countries with high purchasing power as well as developing countries. As you know, individual states in India have their unique culture and belief. Tech India needs to drive policies that are unique to each state, keeping in mind their preferences. Localization should be the key. The use of local languages or bhasha need to be strongly adhered to. We cannot expect our rural population to learn foreign languages, but we can definitely reach out to them in their vernacular languages. Also, Tech India needs to keep a tab on resource costs to keep costs under control. Now let's look at the social factors of Bharat and Tech India being inside Bharat as an entity, what it needs to look at. Bharat is a gigantic consumer market and a great opportunity for multinational companies. There is cheap labor. It is multilingual, multi-religious country with large following for Bollywood and cricket. The standard of living is constantly improving in Bharat. Tech India, under these social factors, needs to create products and services that are user-friendly, quick, seamless, and give superior experience. People in Bharat will be willing to pay for a superior service if Tech India focuses on it. Make a widespread movement amongst people to stay healthy, increasing their lifespans and productivity. Encourage sports amongst the growing population and target sports and health startups. Tech India needs to stop portraying itself as a traditional company with a conservative lookout, interested in only weaving and handicraft. Go out, adopt latest trends, adopt latest cultures, be seen on the top of adoption. Be more inclusive in accepting people at various levels and promoting people up the ranks. Taste success in rural India. Create awareness around technology and its adoption through Gram Panchayats and local legislature. Now on the technological aspects, Bharat, according to an estimate, is the third most technologically developed country in the world. Many IT and software industries outsource their tech work to India. Then what should Tech India do? Tech India should get complete transparency in the system by use of technology. Have excellent mobile applications for each service offering. Adopt latest technologies. Invest in R&D for innovation using latest technologies. Use high technology for producing quality products in lowest possible time. Use social media well for your promotion. Keep an eye on the neighboring countries and competition to oust them in use of new technologies. You should give an impetus to smartphone industry for greater penetration and affordability. But doing all this, keep data security in mind. It is very important that we have data security laws because like they say, data is the new oil. So I would say Tech India has come a long way, but it still has its hand full and massive walls to scale for meeting expectations of its citizens. Jai Hind.